Hello YouTube. Well, I'm gonna at least do this video, combine like 2 reviews into one. Hey, let's try to move on to some happier and less depressing content on my channel. So, I know I don't necessarily want to report on wrestlers' deaths, but one of those sad realities that you have to talk about, especially if it's one of those wrestlers that you grew up watching week after week on WWE television. But let's kind of move on to some happier, less depressing content. So, first thing, I got a request to do a review on this a couple weeks ago, which is the SmackDown Women's Championship that I picked up from the live show that I went to in Cedar Falls. So, this is the SmackDown Women's title. Actually, at the moment, you can only get this at live events. I tried looking for it on WWE Shop, and it's not up there. So, at least keep looking, and maybe it'll show up on there. All they have up there for now is the World Championship and the Universal Championship. And let's remove this bad boy from the cardboard, which I still have it on. Makes for a better, this little cardboard piece makes for a little bit of a display if you want to somehow put it in a shadow box, which is what I plan on doing. I plan on getting like a shadow box and the WWE Championship and have like a blue fabric background for the SmackDown Championships. And this title is on a white faux leather background with faux leather strap with a blue background behind the logo plate, with one side longer than the other, and the plates are secured by these yellow studs, and which is a little different, they are also screwed on instead of glued to the back of the plate, so which makes it easier for people like me who usually modify these belts. So, and the front plate, which you do have these simulated stones. They're not individual stones like they used to be. It's like a extra little sheet that they, you can see quite a little bit of what I'm talking about right there. Like, that's what represents the stones of this championship. And yes, the side center plate is detailed kind of like the way it is on TV. You got the red swoosh underneath the logo and the women's champion banner. Then onto the side plate, which also has the same simulated stones, and they do have the blue paint app on the globe behind the logo. So that right there is the review of the Raw Women's Championship. It is, as the moment of this video, it is not yet on WWE Shop, but keep looking, it might pop up on there sooner or later. So, let me put this back on the piece of cardboard. And yes, why I keep it on this piece of cardboard. Makes it sturdy and a little more presentable for display purposes. So, moving on to my pickup that I got from Walgreens today, which this is the brand new Elite Sasha Banks with the first time in the line Raw Women's Championship. So let's get this thing open and review it. Yeah, I had to dig for my box cutter. Yeah. Yes, one of those Walmart commercials on in the background. This I found at Walgreens, so if you're out looking for it in the stores, that's one of the places where I found it. I don't know if it's a Walgreens exclusive, but whatever. Like, this is the backer for the Sasha Banks Elite. Got the women's division banner with the center plate of the Raw Women's title. So that's actually kind of cool. And also, it's also branded with women's division on it. Got Sasha Banks on both sides with the same women's division logo down here. And Sasha Banks on the back. And other figures in the line, which there is a Becky Lynch, possibly with the SmackDown Women's title. And the back of it is pretty cool. Is out of date, which Sasha Banks is now a 4-time Raw Women's Champion. Yeah, 4-time Raw Women's Champion, but not lucky enough to retain it. Maybe one day she might break that curse and actually retain the Raw Women's title. And here we go. Let's get a up-close look of the one thing that you want to see, which is the Raw Women's title. Right there. You got the main plate with the red in the background. White strap, gold side plates. Flexible, but one thing I don't necessarily see is it looks like looks the same size as the WWE Championship. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's the same scale as the men's belt. And also a little bit longer. Which, considering the size of the women's wrestlers in this line, in the Mattel line, they're not as big as the male counterparts. They could have scaled the women's championship down for Sasha, but hey, it's still cool that we finally get the Raw Women's Championship in figure form. And the figure also comes with her standard sunglasses and legit boss necklace that's already around her waist. And yeah, this figure is pretty good. It is well detailed. Yeah, she does have her sunglasses on. That's the look of the Sasha Banks figure. It does say legit boss on her butt. Yeah. Still the same articulation that most women's figures, that the women's action figures have. We can't get more articulation on these figures, even in the Elite line. But yeah, that's Sasha Banks with the Raw Women's title on, and yes, they could have fucking scaled the belt down for this figure. It looks fucking gigantic around her waist. Like Mattel, next women's wrestling figure you make a scaled down version of the women's title. Yeah. But no complaints with how it looks. The belt and the figure both look great. And yeah, if they do release the Becky, if you do see the, yeah, I'll get to it. If you do see this or the Becky Lynch in the line, hey, no, close it. If you do see this or the Becky Lynch in your store, I do recommend picking it up. And also I do recommend picking up this championship if you're ever at a WWE event or if you see it on WWE Shop. So, till next time, peace the fuck out.